And here we are, April 26th. Time for an update. So I put a video up on YouTube and it was pretty well received. So I thought I'd do this and actually get a little better narration as far as what's going on, because I think a lot of people are looking at this are not in the business. Like I made the first video for someone that is. But here we go. Got the extent of that porch. That's all going to be part of the covered porch, and that's all framed up now. And yes, those in the business, if you're wondering, there are so many cross members between those joists because my planking for the floor is going to run this way. That is the long way here, so I had to put supports in there every 2 feet. And that will give me something to screw down the planking to. It will run the long way from here to the other end. That's just a temporary support underneath that right now. I just got my pads poured here. My piers, that is. This one here being in the corner is actually pretty huge. I actually had Mike Bloom dig that hole about 6 inches off from where it needed to be, so that's going to be a huge hole. A lot of support there, a lot of concrete. So, this whole area here, what's under the plastic and coming out towards us, is all going to be under the covered back porch. Come on around here and over here from the last video. That was before the concrete was even poured in the footers here. Obviously the concrete is in. My buddy Gary came up and helped me. Actually, he did most of the work, setting the block. And then my buddy Dennis came up and spent a day up here helping me do some other things. Actually, we laid another row of block on top of what Gary did. I said he'd go up one more row. And put the surface coating over the block. So, this here becomes a little crawl space area under the room that will be going in here. I still may try and dig out that corner over there, just kind of level it off just a little bit, or maybe not, but otherwise just got to put the rest of the 2x8s on top of this. That's like this one here, where you can see they're actually missing up here, that corner, and over here from that corner to the T-pole. But once those are on, and that's going to be pretty quick, I'm ready for joists down here. Kind of had to stop. One of the prongs broke off of my plug on the miter saw. And I know I can cut this with a skill saw, but to me the miter saw just gets much more precise and square and clean cuts. So I actually just spent today pretty much just cleaning up, straightening, organizing. Around back there's not much difference. I've been focusing all my attention up here on the front. Part of the concrete pour, I don't know if that's really going to show up, but the last 6 feet down there where the concrete is a lighter color than the rest, that was part of the concrete pour. In the previous house, that part was actually a little covered outdoors area, and the slab that was there was pitched and at a lower elevation than the rest of the slab. And of course I'm going to have that be part of the garage. I wanted that leveled up. So we ended up putting about 3 yards of concrete down there. And about another, well no, I guess it was 2 yards down there. 2 yards up here in the footing. But this might help to some people. I know in my mind, of course, it's very obvious what I'm doing here, but to some other people, they might be looking at it and really kind of going, they can't figure out what the heck's going on. So this may starting to come together enough. You're going to have a huge covered porch on that end. There will be a covered porch down here across the middle, just 6 feet wide, all the way across the front. That is between that porch and that room. And you can kind of maybe get to see the idea of what's going on here. Again, that area back there under the black plastic will be a bedroom and bathroom. This front area that's just the foundation at this point will be the office slash guest room. Out in the middle will just be an enormous 28-foot square great room with a kitchen in one corner that's open to the rest of the room. And I'll probably sneak in another bathroom over here towards the other corner near the stairway down to the basement. Still trying to decide whether I put like a double French door from inside out onto the porch or just a single door, but there will be, of course, a door going out from the great room over to the porch, which will be covered and have ceiling fans, and I anticipate that's probably where I'll be spending a majority of my time. So, that's where we're at as we pretty much close up April. Had to take a few weeks where I did not get to come up here and work too much because I was working at the club a lot, but I think that's behind me. And I will be back up next week. Finish this here. From there, I don't know if I'm going to start framing up this front porch or get to work on the steel I-beams. But that's pretty much the next thing. I think the steel is going to be a little bit slow going. But up and I get that back wall upstairs there and joist up, I think it's going to fly. From there, it's just put up walls and frame a roof. And I'm hoping to be on that by June. Walls going up, well, excuse me, by the end of June. Hope to see walls going up and a roof over it all by Labor Day. That's the goal. And that's where I'm going to leave it right now. I'll take another video when there is some progress to show. Watching.